Hey tubers, how y'all been doing? I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but here I am. I'm headed to go look at a 2004 Winnebago Adventure 33-footer motorhome. Has a floor plan of 33V, I think. V as in Victor. It has the 8.1 Vortec engine, workhorse chassis, 5-speed Allison transmission, which is, I think, is a 1000. I think the workhorse chassis is a W22. It has 2 slides on it. Obviously, the living room slide and a bedroom slide. It has, I think, 74,000 miles on it. And I know y'all thinking, well, what about the Fleetwood Flare, you know, that you did a 3-part series on here, 3 years ago? And I said, well, we still have it. It's been a great camper. I couldn't complain after I did all the work I needed to do to it. We put about 6,000 miles on it in 3 years. I drove it, most of you know I live right outside of Chattanooga. We drove it to Myrtle Beach this past 4th of July, and then I drove it to Gulf Shores, Alabama. And we have a Washington, D.C. trip planned in April. And what I'm saying is, and I know you're thinking, well, if you get this thing, you'll take that to D.C. Well, maybe not. And I'm going to drive this Fleetwood Flare to Washington, D.C., but we're going to stay 2 nights. Stay the night on the way up, stay the night on the way back. Drive halfway. But I've been wanting to upgrade to something. And my wife, she said, I'm fine with what we have. That 25-foot Flare, it does it just fine. And it's more me. I want to upgrade. I want something a little bit nicer, a little bit newer, a little bit bigger. Our son is getting older, and it's kind of making it tight in the camper. 25 foot like that. So, and it has a little bit more storage, room for storage, because it has the full basement storage all the way around, whereas my Flare has any storage, and I've got a lot of stuff stored around the pit, around the back. I got a Blackstone tailgater grill, a table, 2 chairs, a couple other things around my bed, because I have no place to put them. I have no storage compartments. Storage compartments are, they don't have the, the storage compartments that like these newer campers. Well, talking about an upgrade to a nicer motorhome, I'm wanting to do one on a certain budget. And when I tell you the budget, y'all are going to be thinking, there must be some kind of catch. And there actually is a catch. But it's a good catch. It could be a good catch or a bad catch. So now here's the budget I'm talking about. Say if we sell the Fleetwood Flare, and I don't know what the market is. I'm just throwing a number out there. It may go for more, it may go for less. I haven't. But say I can get 7,000 or 8,000 out of the Fleetwood Flare. I want to be able to have 7,000 or 8,000 in the upgrade camper. And I know you're thinking, how are you going to do that? Because this motorhome that I just described in a very nice, well taken care of condition is about a $20,000 motorhome. And I've seen some around maybe a 2001, 2002 sell for 12 or 13,000. Needs a little bit of work. Needs a little bit of cosmetic work. Maybe it's had the dinette or the couch ripped out of it. Somebody's it needs a little bit of work done to it for 12 or 13,000. But that's still almost double. 14 is double of 7,000. So that's almost double of what I get out of the Flare. But here's the catch. I'm not headed to some place I found on Marketplace. I'm not headed to a guy's house to look at it. I'm headed to Copart. I guess most of you that's watching my channel probably know what Copart is. It's a car auction place that there's other car auction places, but I think Copart is the biggest one in the United States. There's one in in every town, and some of the big cities will have 4 or 5. Like in Atlanta, they'll have one all around the perimeter of Atlanta, and they got 4 or 5. You know, most of you know I live right outside of Chattanooga, so I'm headed to the one in Knoxville. It's actually south of Knoxville in Madisonville. I've been there twice before, and I'll get to that. So, you know, if a car is totaled in an accident and it gets salvaged, this is where it goes to get auctioned off. Most likely. I mean, there's other, but Copart would be most likely to get auctioned. And this car that I'm actually driving is a salvage title, rebuilt title. I bought it salvaged, and I rebuilt the title on it, and I've been driving it since 2015. It's my work car, this Focus. Y'all seen it in the background of some of my videos. So, this Winnebago has a burned interior. That's the salvage on it. But it's a very small burn. I'll post some pictures up here of it on the Copart app. And I can't tell if it's around the stove and microwave area. It's got an over-the-range microwave. I don't know if it was a stove fire and it caught the microwave on fire, or if it was a microwave fire and all the plastic melted off the microwave and dripped on the stove and some of the countertop. It's melted some of the fixtures up there. And they salvaged it for that. But it's a start engine program motorhome. And what this is when they put them on the auction block, they'll put run and drive, engine start, enhanced. Run and drive means they'll crank up and run and you can put them in gear and they'll move. Engine start means they'll crank up and idle, but not move. And enhanced means they're just cleaned up, they're non-run and drive. But this is an engine start program, but why it won't drive is the drive shaft's been removed, and you can see it in the pictures. I'll put it up here and circle around it. You can see it in the pictures. So that means when it was towed to the Copart lot, it was done like it should. It had the drive shaft removed, and it's laying in the camper. So technically, when they went out there to evaluate it, to put it, the thing on the lot on Copart, all it would do is just crank up and run, and they ain't gonna move the drive shaft out of it. So, I mean, it's very minimum damage. But now the biggest problem is it's the refrigerator has been replaced with a not an absorption. I mean, somebody's removed the absorption refrigerator and put a regular residential, and that's what it looks like in the picture. And that's the biggest stink about this. Is more than the burn is because them refrigerators are expensive. And I'd rather have an absorption refrigerator because they run on gas. They're real efficient. You know, a residential refrigerator, you have to have a generator, or you have to have 110 power, 120 power to run it. You can't go down the road run your gas. So that's more of a pain to me than actually replacing the microwave and maybe the countertop and all that, and the whole burn. So yeah, we're gonna check it out up here. And and if some of you know a Copart, I am not a dealer, I'm an individual. In the state of Tennessee, you have to have a dealer's license to bid on something in Copart. So that's where a broker comes into place. A broker is a middleman between me and Copart that I can use to bid for me. And I can actually bid through them. And then if I win the vehicle, then all the title paperwork will go to them, then they mail it to me. There's videos on all that kind of stuff in the state of Tennessee. But like in Georgia, you can bid on salvage vehicle. You can go down and pick it up yourself and hand you the title. But there's nothing down there. Now, I've actually went and looked at 2 other motorhomes in the past. I looked at a 99 Winnebago Chieftain at this same Copart, and then I looked at a 2002 Winnebago Journey in Nashville diesel pusher. And I actually recorded footage just like you're doing, but I raced it because I didn't buy the vehicle. I didn't buy either one of them. This is the 3rd time. Obviously, if you're seeing this video on YouTube, all worked out. It was, in pretty good shape. I was able to bid on it, win it, and get it home. So, I'm not going to post videos of something I go look at and don't buy. I race them. Now, the 99 Chieftain had a clean title, but it had been sitting for 15 years in somebody's yard because it still had the tag on it. It said 2008. So I just, factories. It still has the drive shaft in it, so they've towed it with a drive shaft in it. And then I went and looked at the Journey, and it was running dry, but and it had clean tile, but it looked like somebody took the top off of it and left it off and let it rain in it for about 3 months, and then put the top back on it. I mean, it had stains all on the ceiling, stains all on the carpet, and it didn't look like that in the pictures. It looked halfway decent. So the pictures on Copart will fool you. So this is where we're at. Once I get up here and get checked in, and I get in the yard and start hunting for it, I'll get back with you, and then we'll check it out and kind of go from there. All right, guys, here it is. I'm gonna look at it real good first and see, what shape it's in and everything with my own eyes, and then I'll get back with you and start filming here. So I didn't film me pulling the parking lot because I was trying to beat some traffic, trying to get up here with enough time to look at it before they close. So all right, let me get a good look at it, and then I'll fire you back up here. All right, I've checked a lot of it out, and it looks like to be in pretty good shape. The tires are going to have to be replaced. They got a 2015 date stamped, so all 6 of them, which I've already priced that. I buy them and have them shipped to my house. They're about $1,300, but if I take them somewhere and have them all mounted, it's about $1,700. But yeah, I just got down from the top. Let's start here. I mean, it just needs a good cleaning. We'll go inside here in a minute. We'll open the captain door up here. Seats got a little tear, and all that dust was on there from the picture, but I figured out what it was. It was the extinguisher, powdered extinguisher. Storage. Some chairs in there. Diesel fluid. I don't know why, because it's a gasoline engine. Some leveling blocks. Now, there's the sewer. Now that's where the power cord goes. It looks like it's missing. It plugs into that, and it's just a cord that's wrapped in there. So it looks like it's missing. I haven't found it yet. Generator, it's missing the cover on it, which they may have took it off because you can get to everything, the oil, breakers, start switch. So I think it just hinges in there, and it's got little snaps in this hole, and this hole right over here. So that'll have to be reattached because it's dragging. But yeah, I mean, top of it. Now I've already climbed up the top. The ladder does exist. It hooks on there and hangs down, and it was in one of the other cabinets on the other side, which we'll see. And it's just dirty. I mean, the roof really looks good. I mean, it's 2 lightning bugs right there. Whoa, lightning bugs. There's lightning bugs. There's a propane tank. It looks like it's to be empty. It's not rusted up. Little storage box there, empty. And all these doors are staying open on their own. See, there's the ladder, and there's another chair. This is, I think, the water heater. Yeah, water heater. There's the battery. It's disconnected, but I've already tried to crank it. There's not enough juice. I'll have to go get a booster box from somebody. But yeah. Now here's a little bit of burn. See, this is melted from the fire. And there's a little bit of black right here, like it come out the window just a little bit. All right, let's step inside. Okay, there's the drive shaft. That's the 2 hooks and all 4 bolts. They were actually laying right here. I moved it because the battery's in here, but just the chassis. This is the batteries in here are just for the or the house batteries, and that battery that was unhooked was the chassis battery. Starts it. Oh, step up in here. Good grab handle there. So there's that little tear. And I like the driver's seat. It's all dusty from the extinguisher. Must have a lock underneath. Pushes it back in place. Yeah, these open up. It opens up. Just like the Winnebago does. This is the original TV. And then it's like a DVD player in there and a satellite thing. Bunch of remotes in there. Okay. Alright, so what's in this one? Haven't looked in all the cabinets yet. Bulbs. A bunch of bulbs. Blender. Yeah, everything's got like a little black soot on it from the fire. Yeah, so it's a lot of that's, I mean, it'd clean up. It's like a toaster. Okay. Alright. Here's the fire damage. And I think the countertop will have to be replaced. It's bowed right there where it's got hot. Yeah, that's one of the things that goes here, and then the other one's laying right there. It's not too bad a shape. It's black. Oh, the outlet's melted right there. That light's melted. But all this you could put a like that black splash in a little checkered ceramic backsplash. Yeah, it's pretty dark in there. Maybe it'll lighten it up a little bit. It's pretty nasty in there. Now just dust. And so there's the powder from the. So this vent's melted. This one's melted a little bit. I think these two lights are okay. They just need to be cleaned. But this is melted, and this vent's melted. Now here's the biggest stink. It's got a residential refrigerator in it. I'd want to take this out and put a original one in there. Original. But I can't really tell. I mean, if the stove caught on fire, or the microwave caught on fire, I can't really tell. I mean, that ain't much damage. You know, it looks like, I mean, if I could get a top for this, you could probably salvage that stove. But that countertop may have to be replaced because of that right there. Sink may clean up. Okay, we'll go back. I don't know if I looked at these yet. So what's in this one? Okay. Garbage can. Little table that raises up here. Slide in and out. Okay. Here's the pantry. Well, I'll have to go on this side of it. Here's the other one. There's the control center. There's the big old shower. I don't see no stains on the ceiling or anything. I mean, everything has like a, you can see it. Well, I don't know. So this thing's gonna have to be, you know, so everything's got like a little black soot, which is okay. If it's gonna leak, it's gonna leak up here at this. And I don't see any stains. Can't really get back there because the bed's in. Somebody's took the TV out. Nothing in there. But what's nice is it has sleep number beds. There we go. Look at there, sleep number. I've seen some of these have this, and this has got them. So, there, one on that side, one on that side. Little lantern up there. I was hoping to find the manual for it. Guess not. Now I can see up in there. Oh, looks like a little dog stroller. Huh. See the bathroom? Yeah, see the soot. Yeah, you can see it on the floor here. Alright. It just needs a good cleaning. I mean, it just needs to be gone through. What's in there? Some pans. Bunch of water. I ain't found that manual. I was hoping to find the manual. We'll try to round somebody up with a booster in it and see if we can get this thing started. But yeah, and all this, I thought all this was where it's melted. That's just powder from the, so none of this is melted up here. That's what I was worried about, because none of this has been burnt or singed. Most of that, all that right there, that's powder from the extinguisher. So I'm gonna go out here and try to round up a guy with a, somebody's put a step right there to keep from falling. And the extinguisher they used. All right, let's step it here. All right. Pretty good shape. I'm gonna see if I can round somebody up with a booster and come back down here. Well, it's running. I went and got the brake booster and she's purring like a kitten. All right. Let's see. Oh. Oh, okay. Turn signal, right turn signal. I don't know what that is. Power window works. Let's see, rear camera. Oh, I got the slide in to come back in a little bit more. This one goes in and out. right. It's not too bad. I'm not used to them. Where's no? Yeah, so this one goes in and out. Jacks are kind of working. I'm not familiar with them, so. Runs good. Okay. Both slides work. I can't get the jacks to come down. I mean, they're moving, but not terrible. And the problem is the all that stuff works off the the chassis battery, not these. These are completely dead or they're cut off. I don't know where they're shut off. So this will get me home. Running a drive shaft. Yeah, see, everything's. Yeah, that ain't working at all. Yeah, check antenna. I don't know about that. I ain't worried about that though. We'll drive on, off. Yeah, I just don't know. They probably work, but I mean, it's purring like a kitten. Okay. Pretty satisfied. It's 4:30. The speedometer come up a little bit there. So I'm pretty satisfied. Got a half tank fuel in it. The slide ins both work because they work off. See, that rest of that stuff works off the generator. Wouldn't even hit a leg, it could be. So let me get all this shut off here. Get back up there. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm gonna talk to them get in there about picking it up. But yeah, the date codes are. I saw them somewhere. It's not on these, but two of them had 2015 on them. So, and it's pretty cracked right there. But either $1,300 or $1,500 on them. Pretty happy. It's 4:30 right now. They close in about 30 minutes, so pretty darn happy. So I got the and on the picture I got that to come on in. It just wasn't in all the way. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. All right, let's get this booster up there and get clocked out or get signed out and everything, guys. But yeah, when it hits the auction, I'm gonna bid on it. Everything's go. See you later. Well, it's auction day. Today is December 5th. Y'all last seen right before this video, or this part of the video, of me coming back from looking at it, and that was on November 17th. The Friday before Thanksgiving. It still said future.
And I talked about how I tricked the system by be able to go look at it by putting in on my visit that I was going to look at a fifth wheel that was fixing to auction off in 3 days, and I think it's over like 10,000 or something like that. And then um, you know that once that just was able to get me into the lot. And then once you're into the lot, once you get through the gates, you can look at anything you want. Anything in there, front to back, left to right, all the way. So I just went and found it, looked at it, obviously. Well, I think on November 29th, which was Wednesday, is when it got a sale date, which was a week and a half after I looked at it. So it was sometime during the day. It went from future to 6 days, 22 hours, whatever it is. And it was going to auction off at 10 a.m. Tuesday morning, December 5th, Eastern Standard Time, which I live in Central Time. So this is going to be 9 a.m. We're about an hour before the auction starts. It's about 8 a.m. I have the Copart website pulled up here, and I have the Auto Bidmaster website pulled up here. I have a guest membership on Copart. That's how I was able to look at it, is through using the Copart membership portal to be able to sign in, to be able to be a visitor, look at it. But I'll have to buy it through Auto Bidmaster. I think I explained that earlier. Now, when it got a sale date on Wednesday, it still said pure sale, and it said throughout the future, from when it first got put on there up until that Wednesday when it got a sale date, it says pure sale. And then the next day, on Thursday, November 30th, sometime about 24 hours after it got a sale date, it went from pure sale to reserve minimum bid, minimum bid. And I got kind of angry. I was mad. I was like, because what happens is on minimum bid and reserve is sometimes it doesn't get when the auction's over with, it doesn't get to the reserve, and then you have to wait 24 hours for the seller to accept the bid or counter offer you or deny the bid that they're not willing to sell that for it. And I've heard that some of these insurance companies will run it 2 or 3 times, to try to get the price up a little higher. So I was a little angry about that, because I thought I already had plans. As soon as they got the sale date on Wednesday of last week, I turned 2 days in at work. I turned today in. I'm supposed to be at work right now, but I turned in a day today and tomorrow, when it was still pure sale. I thought, well, I'll bid on it today at home. I don't want to try to do it on my phone. That's what I'm recording with at work. Try to hide in some hole and bid on it. So at work, so I was going to take a day off today. Today was going to be bidding day, winning day, and then paying for it, lining up a wrecker, this, cross my T's and dot my I's day. And then tomorrow I took off. That was going to be going and getting it day, bringing it home. But when they put that minimum bid, that 24 hours later, I got super mad. I got super angry, and I thought that's messed everything up, because if they don't meet the reserve, they don't have to wait 24 hours to see if they accept it. But I did call around 3 wreckers last week after they put the sale date on it that was around the area, because I'm going to just have it hooked up, and took 6 miles down the road to a Walmart parking lot and have it dropped. And then there, I'm going to put the drive shaft back in, check the oil, transmission fluid, check all my fluids, cross my T's and dot my I's before I drive it home. Now, I will put liability insurance on it. I can just go to my insurance. Well, I called 3 different wrecker companies, and I haven't towed to this Walmart parking lot, but I will put insurance on it, liability insurance, to be able to drive it home. Because my insurance company, I can just go down there and tell them, says, just give them the VIN number, what kind of vehicle it is, and I'll have liability insurance in case I hit somebody driving it home, because I've got about 90 miles to drive it home. because what was salvaged on has nothing to do with the driving part of it. It was, you know, the kitchen fire. So I called 3 different record companies that was up there in the area, because all they got to do is make a triangle. They just got to go to Copart, hook it up, take it to the Walmart parking lot, drop it, and go right back home. So one company gave me a price estimate of $850, which I thought was outrageous, because they told me that they charged $500 even going Copart. I called another one and they gave me a $450 price, which was more reasonable. I was thinking about $600, but they gave me a $450 price. And then I called another company. It was $100 even more cheaper, which was $350, and I may go with them. $350 is pretty reasonable, and not the deal. We'll try to get in there and hook this drive shaft up in their property and drive it out of there, and just deal with all that red tape and try to get it out of there and sneak and all this, that, and the other, you know, because I hollered at, I think I messaged I messaged at Auto Bidmaster and asked them about picking it up myself, and they said, well, what state do you live in? So some states mandatory shipping, and I said Tennessee, and they said, oh, you can pick it up yourself, but they said you cannot drive it off the lot. I think it's more Copart's policy. They said you'll have to haul it out of there. You'll have to have it, you know, on a trailer, or, which obviously you can't do this. You'd have to have it towed. And so had to have it, you know, you can't drive it through the lot regardless. So I just thought it's easy to hook it up, take it down the road, drop it. I've seen other people do that. So yeah, we're about, it's 8:01 right now. So, and it's way down the line. I think it's 900 cars are being auctioned off today at Knoxville, and there's five or six RVs in this lot of 900 something vehicles, and it's shown to be about 300 or 400 vehicles in. So we'll have to wait, you know, probably a while, you know, a couple hours before it pops up. Okay, we're within 9 minutes of it coming on the block. Make sure this thing is, it's got a little glare on this trailer. 9 minutes. I still got my Copart thing put up on the other screen. Let's see, 9 minutes. So we got 9 vehicles left. Okay, it's go time. $5,700.
Alright, today is pickup day. I'm kind of whispering because my son's in the back seat asleep and my wife's driving. So here we are at the Copart in Knoxville. I'm gonna try to drive it out of here, and then I have the wrecker guy that is going to keep going straight, babe. That's going to pick it up if I can't drive it out of here. So, all right, let's get all checked in. I get back wins. All right, we're back to Copart, and here we are, and here's my wife's car. So I've already got the drive shaft in, battery connected. I want to hurry and get that drive shaft where they saw me. So it's installed, that's why I'm huffing a little bit. So yeah, they just let us drive back here. Let us drive out with it. So yeah, I got the battery installed, drive shafts installed. It went in there pretty easy. I had to use wrenches because they were the 12 star. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing out of here and take it. So I saved $350 by worked out. So just kept my mouth shut about doing all that. So all right, I still got one thing else I still got to do is I got to attach this up with some rope, or even I might just, if I got the tools, I might just take that loose completely. So that's all I've got left to do with is that, and we'll be able to leave up out of here with it. All right, I'll get back wins once we get this thing out of here and get to that Walmart 6 miles down the road. I'll get back wins. All right, here we are at the Walmart 6 miles north of the Copart. Everything, I just drove right out of the lot, double checked, and said you're good to go. My wife and son are in Walmart fiddling around. I'm out here, you know, checking all the fluids. Good on oil, good on transmission fluid, good on air. Both front tires are almost 80 pounds. The ones I was able to check was close to 80 pounds. I mean, all my fluids, all the lights work, headlights work, turn signals work. My wife's got a low tire. Pumping her tire up. All the turn signals, I got my license plate. This is off my flare. I couldn't get that bolt out, so I zip tied it here, put it in here. It's good enough. Yeah. So we're about to make the trip home. I'm about, like I said, you know, half a tank of fuel. So we'll stop and I'm gonna fill up, you know, maybe put another quarter of a tank of fuel in it, and that'll give some more fresh fuel in it. It's been sitting a little longer because I opened this up to make sure this opened up, and so you got some spider webs a little bit in there. So I think this thing has been sitting a little bit, but the transmission shifted fine, everything. But it's, you can tell it needs maybe some shocks and some odds and ends to it. Shocks and some obviously new tires, good cleaning. All right, zoom out just a little bit. Oh, too far. Okay. So let's get in this thing, and we'll get down the road here in a few minutes. I'll film from some of me driving a little bit on the way home. Catch Williams in a minute. All right, here we go. Going down the road here. Going 45 mile an hour. We just left the Walmart. Checked all my fluids. You know, it was full of oil, full of transmission. I didn't have to put nothing in it, nothing. So all of a sudden, this thing, something started beeping real loud, like a piercing sound, and come to find out, it's slowly charging the. I guess the batteries, the house batteries are slowly charging, and there's an inverter somebody installed in behind this cabinet door over here, right by the main door, and it started beeping. That's what it was. I was tracing the sound. I thought, man, this thing is ear shattered. And there's a button on top. I was able to quieten it down. So that's what it's doing, is it's charging those batteries up over there under the steps. So I guess there's no cutoff on it, or I just haven't found yet. And if there is a cutoff, it's turned on. So, you know, here we are. You know, I put about half a tank. I put another quarter of a tank of fuel in it. 50 mile an hour, running cool, driving good. The tires, I was able to get that pushed back in because it was annoying me. Brakes are working good. But yeah. So, you know, I flip you around and I'm on the opposite side because it films me backwards, like I've said before. But driving one-handed, I mean, it's already driving better than my Flare. But I am not on the freeway going 65 either, and I'm not going to be because of the shape of the tires are in. So, rolling around along. Yeah, so far everything's doing pretty good. But I'll give you a little a backstory on. I didn't have to hire the wrecker. I think that's $350 I was able to save, because what they do is there is a gate key. So what I did is I scanned the kiosk to pick it up, and it's required the gate key. And well, I didn't know that about a gate key, and I went in there and asked them right quick, and they said that Auto Bidmaster, you have to get a hold of them and they'll give you the gate key. I said, okay. I called them on the phone and they gave it right to me, wrote it down, be able to put back in there, and I had about a 20-minute wait. And then 20 minutes, they dinged me. I went in there, they handed me a receipt for that it's paid in full, and it says title in mail. And she said, can I just drive on back there? Because she said that what we do is we drive the car back there and to get it, because I was going to drive it out of there. Never checked for insurance, never checked for a tag or nothing. They checked none of that stuff. Just drove it out of there with nothing. So I guess some Coparts are maybe a little more strict than others. So yeah, so far so good. I flew with the jacks. I did find out what was the jacks. I had them backwards. What you do is you hit the up button because it brings the camper up. And I was thinking, well, you got to push the down button to make the jacks go down. It's backwards. And boy, I lifted the whole back end of this thing up. Yeah. So the jacks are working. Tickled death about that. So yeah, and so I went to she's got a dough flag, and 10 minutes went by, I never heard nobody, and there was two guys working on the car over there, and I went over, I said, y'all work here? He said, I do. One guy said, I do. And so I told him what's going on, and he said, he hollered at some guy on the radio. He said, hey, and I told him about what I was doing. He said, this guy's gonna come out on this fork truck, and he's gonna flag you, and you follow in there, and it's his procedure, and he'll just drop you off, and he'll keep going to be able to pick it up. So we had the car. I didn't have sneak tools in. I had them all in my pocket. I didn't have sneak tools in or nothing. So I had all the access to my tools in the back of my wife's car, as you've seen. And it took me the drive shaft slipped right up on the yoke, and it was good to go. It took me 10 minutes to get those bolts in there and got them all tight real good. I felt like I had plenty of time to do that. Nobody's going to catch me doing that. And I didn't attach the battery. I took the battery. I had an extra battery out of my boat that I took with me, and I installed it, so I don't have to worry about jumping it off every time. But that battery's kind of weak. I don't think it charged very well because it's kind of roar when you start it. Or maybe it being a marine battery, it doesn't have much amperage to be able to start this big old 8.1. But I mean, we're rolling right along here. I got my license plate on the back, off my Flare. My wife's behind me. Everything's going pretty good. So yeah, I can't complain. I cannot complain. So I shouldn't have to make any more stops unless there's something happening with this, or I have a little bit of an exhaust leak. Can you hear it? And it sounds like it's right around the manifold on the driver's side. That's what it sounds like. It's coming from the driver's side. So there's a little bit of an exhaust leak. So I'll have to figure that out, because the only time you hear it, oh, we're about to pass back by the Copart lot. Yep. Because this was 6 miles north of the Copart, and I had to drive back by it, and it was worth it because there's plenty of room to. Well, there's the Copart lot. Passing it up. So, yep, rolling right on out of here. So, all right, guys, let's get this thing home. And I've got 94 miles, which is an hour and a half. I fixed to hit Chattanooga traffic at 4 or 5 o'clock traffic. I know that. So. I'll probably end up hitting all that traffic. So once I get home, we'll get back with you. All right, guys. We made it home on Wednesday. This is Saturday. This is, a couple days later. I've been out here trying some stuff out on it, see how everything works. I've been piddling with it. I know I didn't film none of that, but I was gonna try things out, see how things work in the video, but I think I'll save this part 2. So this is the end of part 1. Just to let you know, we made it home safely. We did, when I got home, we did run the jacks down, got it level, run slides out, got the awnings out. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of part 1, and then part 2 will be trying things out, working on stuff, working on the kitchen, getting all that straightened out, and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, join me in part 2 when it gets posted. Thank y'all, guys.